Welcome viewers, this is Windshear here to talk about the latest patch that released here in June of 2014 and pretty much available on all platforms now. But here's one interesting little tidbit for console. They finally allowed you to swap your fire button with the L1R1 function. I thought that was an interesting little note, but I'm not going to switch it back because I've already gotten used to it. The other thing is make sure you select high frequency network update to high, and I just put my network smoothing to 0 as it was shown in the demonstration there on Battlelog. I'm going to show you some gameplay here, some highlights, some pretty good gameplay that I captured today playing since the patch, or first time playing with the patch. I had quite a enjoyable day of gaming, just in these few matches which you're going to see here in the highlights. By the way, you may have noticed that my voice sounds a little different. That's because I finally got myself a halfway decent microphone. I should have done it a long time ago. So some of you mentioned problems hearing me, and so I finally gone to getting a better microphone. So hopefully this works better. Right there you can see the dual loadout I'm running a lot of times. I'll run a UCAV in culmination with C4, which a lot of people kind of frown upon, but lately I've been running that because I find it really amplifies my effectiveness as a support class player. So don't think you just have to lock yourself into an ammo crate or a health kit. You know, sometimes what I call the double down feature is sometimes a better option. Now, this patch that just launched is the long anticipated and highly hyped netcode patch, that is. The DICE has claimed that we will see a 60% improvement in the tick rate and basically hit detection, so on and so forth. So essentially it should eliminate or greatly reduce the one-shot kills, the kill trades, and getting killed behind cover as we have in Battlefield for early in the launch. I've stated before, I never thought the netcode was game-breaking, but it was certainly a consideration. There's no question. I think it could have been improved, and I am very pleased to say that the game is much more responsive. This is a result of the CTE servers that were enacted on PC. I know it's a little bit late, and that's a whole other topic to discuss, but long story short is the game is running where it should be. The game's much more improved as a result of this. The community is responding very positively with this, and it's clear that although it's been a long, troublesome, a long, frustrating ordeal with Battlefield 4, and it's alienated a lot of players, and it's ticked off a lot of people, we all know that, I'm here to surmise that the devs stuck in there, and they got it done. They got the job done the way it should have been done, and, you know, again, it should have been like this in the first place, but the bottom line is, you need to be playing this game right now. Oh, smile for the camera, boys. You need to be playing this game, guys. By now, basically, you have no reason to hate on this game anymore. If there's anybody out there that's still negative about this game, you're just a troll, I'm sorry to say. At this point in time, this is the best this game has ever ran. It runs very smoothly. This is all PlayStation 4 gameplay you're seeing. I mean, it's a seamless experience. There's no rubber banding. The netcode's, I mean, it's better than Battlefield 3, or just as good. I think it's, actually, I'd have to say it's better right now. The way this game's running, I'm just having a lot of fun. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. And you can see in this gameplay. This gameplay I'm showing you guys is just from today. Just from today, a few matches, I was absolutely destroying the team. And I don't know if it's this connection or what, or the tick rate, what have you, but personally, I found my gameplay exponentially better today, man. And I'm sure it's probably just a good day, one of those days, but if you look at my battle log today, if you're curious, I mean, it's pretty impressive. What I played about half a dozen matches, and every game was just so much fun. And we had actually the one match I lost today was Conquest. I'm not showing highlights of it here, but it was on Locker. We lost it by 3 tickets, and it was a nail biter in the end. It was just a lot of fun, and those moments cannot be replicated by any other game. And this kind of goes hand in hand with my previous video about DICE finally getting some ground to make a defense, and getting pushing back against the constant onslaught of negativeness out there in the community. And a lot of you guys have posted comments on the video stating that you have feelings much like I do. I think what we're hearing in terms of the what I've deemed the cancer out there in the forums is a very vocal minority of people out there that seem to be having a negative experience of Battlefield 4. It's time to accept this game. It's time to give this game some praise. It really is. I feel like I've been the only one for so long really defending this game, even through its hard times. And I feel like today I can finally say, you know what, guys, I told you so. And I'm not here to be a douche about it, guys, but you know, I'm one of the few that really felt like this game, even with its problems, there was still so much potential there. And I knew that DICE would push through with this. Don't get me wrong, I had my days where I was like, I don't know, maybe they're not going to fix this. But you know what, I stuck with the game. I kept playing it just because I have faith in the franchise. And I'm very pleased with where it's at right now. I have to say, literally, there is no leg to stand on. I think if you want to make an argument that any other Battlefield is better than this game. I mean, this personally to me is by far none, not even without a question of a doubt. Even referencing Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 and all the other Battlefields out there, this one is the best. There's so much in this game, graphically, weapon-wise. The maps are coming. I mean, we still have more DLCs to come. I'm really looking forward to Dragon's Teeth. I mean, there's so much more on the horizon, even with Battlefield 4. Now, some of you have been asking me about, oh, check out this triple Q, M240B, the Black Widow. I mean, this gun, I've racked up 3,000 kills now with it. I'm basically running this gun exclusively now. I mean, there's just no reason why not to. I'm feeling like my gameplay is going to be a bit redundant here, but I mean, when a class works, guys, it works. Right here, you can see me defending this position. I know what's going on in the game. When you get to a point in a game where you understand the flow, even though we have these two objectives locked down, I know the enemy team always presses up here with their transport helicopter. They get above these positions, they parachute out. Next thing you know, you got 10 guys in one position, and they're constantly taking these two positions back. So if you stem that onslaught, that's why I pulled out the UCAV and I hit that transport helicopter. You got to identify trends in the battlefield. That's what I'm trying to say here. Observe how the enemy team reacts to situations. They're under a lot of pressure here, and I've identified before in this match that these seem to be, and it's a common trend on this map, that Alpha and Bravo are constantly contested, and you got to hold these two northern positions. But back to my original thought there for a moment. Some of you guys have asked me about what I think about Battlefield Hardline. I appreciate your concerns, and you know, I'm eager to talk about it, but I just don't want to put a content out right now because until I can get some video content on it, some trailers, I don't really just want to talk about Battlefield Hardline with Battlefield 4 gameplay. But it just, if I had to quickly make a synopsis, I'm saying I'm quite excited for it. I think it looks good. And I think, again, it's a stem of what we're seeing here with Battlefield 4, that this engine is going to be around a long time. And now that it's running where it should be, it's running good. You're going to see break-off games, spin-off games, and I'm always welcome to a new franchise. And a lot of people, from what little criticism I will say about it, that I've observed already, because, again, there's a lot of haters out there. It's not Battlefield, it's not Battlefield. Well, you know, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is what brought me into the whole Battlefield franchise. I think at the time there was probably a lot of criticism for that game as well, being a completely different take from the previous Battlefield. So, you know, be a little more coddish, if you will. So, you know, that game to me was what got my feet wet with Battlefield, and I was hooked ever since. So, you know, Battlefield Hardline is a more tight, close quarters combat. Again, that might appeal more to the Call of Duty crowd, and that's what we like to play, though. We like high-action type games, so, you know, I think it's a good thing. But that's really all I'll say about right now. I'll certainly have more content about it and more in-depth coverage when, you know, more information is divulged. But here, wrapping up in the gameplay, again, today, just it was just a very rewarding experience to finally be at a point where, you know, the patch has significant... This is by far probably the best patch they put out. It's addressed a lot of issues. The screen shake is drastically reduced. I can say that was a big aggravation. I just feel like I'm more accurate. I feel like the game's more responsive. It's more crisp, and it's perfect. I'm gonna have to come out and say it is perfect right now. I wouldn't change. I mean, if any big thing right now, well, besides not being able to rent servers, because apparently they're sold out. But I would just like to see more server options to be able to play server modes on console, like 64-player Obliteration. But other than that, the game to me is running perfectly. And I really encourage you guys, if you're still on the sidelines, if you've been alienated, you've uninstalled, you've moved on, you traded in the game, you know, I'm guilty of making the same mistakes, knee-jerk reactions. You know, you let emotion get the best of you, and you have a right to be mad. You know, this was a very difficult few months for Battlefield in general, but I implore you guys. I implore you on behalf of gamers. If you like gaming, you've got to come back to Battlefield 4. Trust me. And it doesn't matter what platform, with the exception of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I think it should have never came to those two platforms. But as you can see in this gameplay, I'm just having a lot of fun with it. Running around, chewing through enemies, playing smartly. This is what's the result of this. Now you can go back to the game and you can allow your tactics and your strategy and your mentality to reward you, and not be so subjective or die subjectively, or just have these odd and end kills where you feel like the game cheated you. That stuff has been almost eliminated, I'd have to say. It's night and day difference between the two games. If I have to come out and say it and review it today, it's just night and day. It's where it should be, and there's no reason not to be playing this game. And like I said, you can't be negative of it anymore. So that about wraps up this video here. I will let the last few kills play out here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the game and your experience thus far. What else do you think needs to be changed? Or are you just not going to come back and play it? I'm curious to know if any of you are really watching this video. I'd be surprised that you aren't playing this game right now. But if there are, I'd be curious to know why you won't, and what you're, you know, has that just killed your future thoughts about Battlefield Hardline or any other future Battlefield titles. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the battlefield. I'll be out of work here again for a few days, but get in there and PTFO, and trust me, try out this class. I mean, you're going to see it a lot more. This is easily becoming my #1 weapon very quickly, which is going to replace the M249 soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the battlefield.